Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Medasvi Commerce Classes. So in this video today we are going to discuss about the important 2-mark questions which you have to prepare for your accountancy exam. So whatever the questions I am going to display it now, I am going to discuss with you now. These questions you prepare it properly for your accountancy exam, 2-mark questions. Along with this, keep it in your mind, along with this, you are supposed to prepare the model question paper questions also. No need to worry, 3 model question paper I am going to discuss with you people and I am going to upload it. So, model question paper prepare well. But from the past few exams, we are observing that most of the questions you are going to get it from the model question paper only. So, we are expecting the same thing for the accountancy exam also. So, in the model question paper, whatever the theory part is there, whatever the problems are there, you just go through with all those things clearly, okay, all the 3 model question paper. So now we'll move on to the 2-mark questions which you have to prepare now. One by one I will discuss. First, before I tell you about the 2-mark question, first in your problem, in your question paper, 5 2-mark questions they will give. How many questions? 5 2-mark questions they will give. So, out of 5, you have to write only 3 questions. So, from this main, you are going to get 6 marks. Okay, so you may feel it is very less marks, but the one who have to score out of out, for them it is really a 1%, right? So how much importance you are giving for the practical, problem solving in your accountancy, same importance you have to give it to the theory part also. So many students are commenting me to put the video on 1 mark MCQs, fill in the blanks and all. Like a theory subject, we can't do we can't discuss with all the 1 mark questions in your accountancy subject. So you have to understand the concept and you have to write. If that was the case, I have to discuss 100 questions in each chapter. So it is highly impossible, but as much as possible, I'll help you out for taking up your exam. So I've made this video of 2 marks. Okay. So now we'll quickly move on to this. So you got an idea, out of 5 questions, you have to write only 3 questions. So it is total is of 6 marks. So 3 questions you have to prepare. Hence, 3 questions you have to write. So now I'll give you the questions where you can attend 4 questions. 3 compulsory you have to write and 1 question will be the optional. If in case, if you don't know any of the first 3 questions, then you can take up this next question. So we'll just move on to this. First question in your question paper, 2 mark, you are going to get it from chapter 1. That is accounting basic concepts. So in that partnership basic concepts. So in that chapter, what are the questions you may get? What are the questions you are expecting in that chapter? So these many questions you have to prepare it. Okay. What do you mean by partnership? Meaning of partnership you prepare. Define partnership. Define partnership, write it as according to section 4 of Indian Partnership Act of 1932. Section also you mention according to section 4 of Indian Partnership Act of 1932. See, keep it in your mind. The direct questions I am not going to discuss here. These questions answers you are going to get it in your book. You just go through with that and prepare it. But questions you prepare for these questions. What is partnership deed? What is the fixed capital method? Fluctuating capital method. You understand what is fixed, what is fluctuating, differences of fixed and fluctuating. You may get the question for your 1 mark also from this concept. Okay. And what do you mean by guarantee of profit? Differences. Guarantee of profit. Ma'am, what do you mean by guarantee of profit to a partner? What exactly mean by that? See, guarantee of profit is nothing but sometimes when a new partner is going to admit into your business, you are going to guarantee some part of profit to that particular new partner. So with a guarantee of certain amount of profit. Ma'am, who will give this guarantee? This guarantee can be given by all the old partners or it can be given by a single partner. Okay, individually he can give a guarantee. Okay, that is what you mean by guarantee of profit. Next, what do you mean by past adjustment? Ma'am, what is this past adjustments, ma'am? See, past adjustments is nothing but the modifications, the changes which you are going to make to the historical financial records, the records which you have already maintained. For that records, if you are making any changes, for the already maintained records, to correct the errors, ma'am, why you have to make the changes? To correct the errors. If you have committed some errors, you have to correct it, or you have to give the accurate information, notes to accounts. You have to provide the correct information for that financial records. So for that, whatever corrections we are going to make, whatever changes you are going to make, that is called as your past adjustment. Clearly understand, past adjustments means any changes or any modifications which you are going to make it to the historical financial records to correct the errors or to provide the accurate information about the records. What are the examples? They will ask you example for your 1 mark also. Give one example for past adjustment. Omission of partner's salary in the account. You have omitted to record the partner's salary. So that is one error happened, right? Error of omission. You would have learned the first PUC accountancy, error of omission. So that is also one of the error. Error of interest on partner's capital, omission of interest on partner's capital. These are the errors. So for that, whatever the changes you are making, that is called as past adjustment. Got it? Name any two methods of calculation of interest on drawings. Two methods. What are the different methods? Product method, average period method. Average period method is also called as shortcut method. Okay, product method, average period method, or shortcut method. When do the interest on drawings be generally provided to the partners? When you are going to give the interest on drawings? See, keep it in your mind, interest on drawings is not compulsory. There is no compulsion that you have to give the interest on drawings. It purely depends upon the agreement. If you have mentioned in the agreement, you are going to give the interest on drawings, or if all the partner mutually agree to it, then only you are going to give the interest on drawings to the partners. That is, if partners have agreed to charge the interest on drawings, if partners have agreed, all the partners have agreed to charge the interest on drawings, then only it is to be charged, or else interest on drawings should not be charged. It has to be mentioned in the partnership deed, and all the partners should agree to charge that interest on drawings. Okay. How do you close the profit and loss appropriation account in partnership? What exactly mean by this profit and loss appropriation account? See, in the profit and loss account, we used to find out the profit or loss. So whatever the profit we have find it out, that profit we are going to divide it for a different purposes. That is done in your profit and loss appropriation. See, appropriation is nothing but distribution. Question itself tells you what do you mean by that. Profit and loss appropriation, profit and loss distribution. How you are distributing that profit among the different purposes, that is done in your profit and loss appropriation. So what the question is, how do you close a profit and loss appropriation account? We are going to close a profit and loss appropriation account by transferring the final profit to the partners in their profit sharing ratio. Keep it in your mind. We are going to close the profit and loss appropriation account by transferring the final profit among the partners in their profit sharing ratio. Okay, you have to write the answer like this. Next, state any two special aspects of partnership accounts. What are the two special aspects of partnership account? First one is maintenance of partner's capital account. You have to maintain the partner's capital account. First one. Second one is distribution of profit and loss among the partners. Distribution of profit and loss among the partners. Okay, these two you write for the special aspect. These are the questions which you have to prepare it from your first chapter. One compulsory question you are going to get it for your annual exam. Prepare with these questions very well. Okay. I hope one question you people came to know. Now we will move on to the next one. Again, you can ask me, ma'am, what is the second question we are going to get? From which chapter we are going to get? Second question compulsory you are going to get it from the retirement and death of a partner. But here I am not given the questions on retirement and death. Why? Because in retirement and death you have n number of 2-mark questions. Hence we have options of 2 questions here. So exclude this retirement chapter. Remaining 3 chapters I will give you. Okay. So coming to the next. Okay ma'am, after retirement what is the next question? Next question is from the accounting for share capital. Okay. From this how many questions we are expecting? See, 10 questions I have listed over here. You prepare these 10 questions from accounting for share capital. So out of this you are going to get 1 question. What is company? Yes, you can write it. State any 2 features of a company. Company is an artificial person created by law, having a separate legal entity with a perpetual succession and a common seal. For meaning also you can write features, you can write it as artificial person created by law, perpetual succession, common seal, all these features. What is prospectus? It is an invitation. What do you mean by calls in arrears? Calls in arrears is nothing but when the public have not paid the call money, even though you have already called for it. You have given a call, but the public have not paid the money. Then such situation is called as calls in arrears. Calls in arrears and calls in advance you have to prepare. Calls in advance is nothing but before you make a call, they have given you the call money prior itself. Calls in arrears, after you make a call also they have not given the money. That is calls in arrears. I hope you people are getting. State any 2 methods of issue of shares. This one very important. Keep it in your mind. So many of you people are going to make a mistake in this. Methods of issue of shares. What are the different methods? It is IPO, initial public offer. Don't write only IPO. Initial public offer. Rights issue, bonus issue, etc. You have to write this one only, 2 methods of issue of shares. So many people will write issue at par, premium, discount. Please don't write that. That is not a correct answer. 2 methods of issue of shares is initial public offer, IPO, bonus issue, rights issue. Okay. What is issue of shares for consideration other than the cash? Again a direct question. Sometimes, see, usually we are going to issue the shares and we will collect the money. Sometimes what we will do, we are going to issue the shares but we are not collecting the money. In return of that, we are going to take some asset. So like for example, if you want one machinery, so you are purchasing the machinery from one vendor. Instead of paying the money to that vendor, you are issuing the shares worth of that machinery. That is called issue of shares for consideration other than cash. Okay. What is forfeiture of shares? Forfeiture of shares is nothing but cancellation of the rights of shareholder. Important question. Cancellation of the rights of shareholder. You are cancelling the rights of the shareholders. Why you are cancelling? Because they have not paid you the allotment money or call money or both. Because they have not paid you the money, you are cancelling the rights of the shareholder. That is called forfeiture of shares. Forfeiture of shares means cancellation of rights of shareholders due to non-payment of allotment money, call money or both. Okay. Next, give the journal entry for transfer of profit on reissue of forfeited shares. What is the journal entry for transfer of profit on reissue of forfeited shares? Share forfeiture account debited to share forfeiture account debited to capital reserve account. Capital reserve account. See, keep it in your mind when they ask you the journal entry for your 2 marks. Make sure that you are going to write the journal entry in a proper manner. Draw a format. You'll be having so much of time. Don't worry. Draw the format first. Ma'am, for one entry we have to draw the format. Draw it. Pass the entry here. Write the narration. And in the amount you just write it as XXS. You will get full 2 marks. Narration, they have asked you to pass the journal entry. Complete like this, you have to do it. Then only you will get out of out. Okay, fine. Next, name any 2 categories of share capital. Again, an important question. Prepare. Categories of share capital. Authorized capital, authorized, issued, called up, paid up, etc. Okay, authorized. This complete you have to prepare it with this question, because from this you are going to get a compulsory either in MCQ or in 2 marks. So first comes authorized, important, first comes authorized, after authorized issued, after issued called up, after called up, first comes authorized, after authorized issued, after issued subscribed, after subscribed called up, after called up paid up. Okay, this one you have to follow. Give the journal entry for transfer of share application money. What is the entry for transfer of share application money? Share application account debited to share capital account. Share application account debited to share capital account. Please, while writing the journal entry, don't use the short forms. Avoid using short forms while writing the journal entry. You are not supposed to use the short forms. Okay. Share application account debited to share capital account. I think these 10 questions you are going to prepare it. This is very important for your 2 mark question. From this you are going to get 1 question. Now, one is completed from the first chapter, second one is from the share capital. Next, ma'am, third, which you are supposed to read, financial statements of a company. Again, from this I have listed out the 10 questions. Prepare with this 10 questions. Give the meaning of financial statement. Yes, direct. 2 types of financial statement, balance sheet, profit and loss account. You have to write it as an income statement, balance sheet, cash flow statement. Features of financial statement, direct question, objectives, benefits, limitations. All these are direct question. State any 2 postulates. What do you mean by postulates? Postulates are nothing but concepts. In first year, you people would have you have studied business entity concept, accounting period concept, cost concept, matching concept. These are called as postulates. Okay. So, ma'am, what we are supposed to write? Just write it as business entity concept. Instead of concept, you write it as postulate. Business entity postulate. Going concern postulate. Going concern postulate. Matching postulate. Dual postulate. Dual aspect postulate. Like that. Okay. How will you disclose the following items in the balance sheet of a company? So, where you are going to disclose this? Loose tools. Loose tools will be recorded under inventories. Loose tools will be recorded in inventories under current assets. Under current assets. Where loose tools will come? Loose tools will be recorded in inventories under current assets in the balance sheet. Write it as in balance sheet. In balance sheet. Ma'am, where do we record this proposed dividend? Proposed dividend will be recorded in short-term provisions. Short-term provisions under current liability. Under current liabilities in balance sheet. Okay. Loose tools in inventories under current assets in balance sheet. Proposed dividend in short-term provisions under current liabilities in balance sheet. Okay. State any 2 differences between current assets and non-current assets. You can just write it. Current assets are those assets which you can use it for 1 year. Non-current assets are those assets which will be used for more than 1 year. Examples you can write it. Okay. Mention any 2 items which are shown under the head of non-current liability. Under non-current liability, what and all you are going to show? Bank loan. Long-term borrowings. And debentures. Okay. Prepare with all these questions for your 2 marks in your financial statement. 3 completed. One is from first chapter. Another one is from share capital. Another one is from financial statement. Ma'am, if in these 3, if I don't know one question, can I get one option? Yes, obviously, you can get one option. That is another 1 chapter I am going to tell you the questions. You prepare with those questions also. You feel like it is lengthy, but it is very simple to prepare with these questions. Please do prepare. Okay. Next question is from the cash flow statement. don't be so happy that you are going to see only 5 questions on the screen, but you have another few questions also over here. Let me discuss it. What is cash flow statement? Simple, direct. State any two uses, direct. Two objectives, direct. Before going to investing activities, we'll come to this. Mention any two activities which are classified as per AS3. Very, very important. What are the two activities? There are three activities. First one is operating activities. This one you understand, operating activities. Second one is investing activities. Investing activities. Third one is financing activities. Financing activities. Okay. Now, let me explain with this because it will help you out when they ask you meaning of this. What do you mean by this operating activities? If they ask you mention any two, just mention it, no need to explain it. If they ask you like this, what do you mean by, then write the meaning. Operating activities is nothing but the activities which are done in a day-to-day operations of your business. Day-to-day operations for earning your profit, whatever the activities you are doing, that is called as operating activities. So these are the primary activities of the business. Simple manner we can tell that incomes and expenses of your business. Okay, ma'am, what is investing activity? Investing activities are those activities which tells you where you are investing your money. Whatever the investment you have made in the fixed assets of your company. Investment, where you will invest in the fixed asset. You are purchasing land and building, you are purchasing machinery, you are purchasing vehicles, and you are purchasing the shares of different companies. You are purchasing the debentures of different companies. Investing is nothing but investment what you are going to make. Okay. Financing is nothing but to make the investment you require some money. So where you will get that money? What are the sources of getting the money? In which source you are getting the money? That is financing. Through a bank loans I am getting, through a issue of shares, through a issue of debentures I am getting the money. That is financing activities. Okay. So I think now you can write with the answer with investing activities. Next. Write any two examples for financing activities. I already told you what are the examples of financial activities. Where you are getting the money. What are the different sources of getting the money. Whatever it is related, simple manner, whatever it is related to the share capital of your business, share capital and long-term borrowings comes under your financing activity. Examples what we can write, ma'am. Issue of shares, borrowed bank loan, repaid bank loan, paid interest on bank loan. Okay, paid dividend to the shareholders. These are the examples of financing activity. Now, a simple question. If revenue from operation are 48,000, opening trade receivables are 8,000 and closing trade receivables are 6,000. Calculate cash receipts from customers. Cash receipts from customers, there is a formula. Cash receipts from customers equals revenue from operation plus opening trade receivables minus closing trade receivables. Okay. Revenue from operation is how much? 48,000 plus opening trade receivable is 8,000 minus closing trade receivable is 6,000. 48,000 plus 8,000, 56,000, 56,000 minus 6,000, 50,000. So the answer is 50,000. Okay, you keep in your mind this formula. Cash receipts from customers equals revenue from operation plus opening trade receivables minus closing trade receivables. Next question. If purchases are 72,000, opening trade payables are 12,000 and closing trade payables are 9,000. Calculate cash payment to suppliers. Cash payment to suppliers equals purchases plus opening trade payables minus closing trade payables. Purchases is 72,000 plus opening trade payables is 12,000 minus closing trade payables is 9,000. So which comes to 72,000 plus 12,000, 84,000, 84,000 minus 9,000, 75,000. Answer is 75,000. Okay. Give the meaning of financing activity. Already I have told you the meaning of financing activity. What are the two methods of ascertaining cash flow from operating activities? Direct method, indirect method. Direct method, indirect method. Write any to cash inflow from investing activity. You have to keep it in your mind. Inflow is nothing but cash coming into your business. Outflow is nothing but cash going out of your business. So first, two examples for cash inflow from investing. First, understand what is investing. Investing is nothing but you are investing the money in the fixed assets. Everything related to the fixed assets is investing activity. Cash inflow. In the investing, how cash will come? When we are going to sell our assets. When you are going to sell the machinery, you will receive the cash. When you are going to sell the shares, you will receive the cash. When you are going to sell your motor vehicle, you will receive the cash. Okay, and you have invested the money in some other company's shares. They are going to give you the dividend to you. So you are receiving the dividend. That is example for cash inflow. Next, write any two examples for cash outflow from financing. Financing is nothing but different sources. The transactions which are related to the share capital and the long-term borrowings related to financing activity. They have asked cash outflow. Cash outflow is nothing but cash should go out of your business, but it is through the financing. How? When you are going to repay the loan to the bank. When you are going to pay the dividend to the shareholders, when you are going to pay the interest to the debenture holders, okay, when you are going to give back the shares money, you are giving it back, you are going to redeeming the debentures. These are cash outflow. State any two examples of operating activities. Operating activities examples, you can write purchase and sale of goods and services. You are going to purchase the goods and services. Expenses and incomes, that's it. You are going to sell the goods and services. You are going to pay the salary. You are going to pay the rent. All these are the examples for operating activities. Prepare with these questions in your 2 marks and then wait, next I am going to upload with the model question papers 1, 2, 3 and after that I will make as much as possible 1 mark questions for you people to prepare with the different question papers. Okay, that much thing I can do it for you people. Okay, all the best for your exam. Prepare well. Still you have so much of time. So every day I will be uploading 1 or 2 videos. Please go through with that and prepare for it. Please make sure that you are going to subscribe to my channel. Subscribe, you tell your friends to subscribe to my channel so that I can give you the more information and it will be helpful for your next upcoming batch students also. Okay, thank you.